Amateur.
Number 2, Indiana. Number 1, Ohio State.
That's gonna be a murder.
Really? Take it away.
But Ohio State's just that defense moves differently. They just what Matt Patricia does. He runs his college defense like an NFL defense, right? So he spins the safeties. He shows all these coverages. He'll line up 7 and then run a cover 2, or he'll line up 4 on the line and blitz set. Like he does stuff that you don't see in college. So a lot of these college quarterbacks are like, whoa, like Bryce Underwood. I get why he is having fits, but they have. Granted, I know their schedule wasn't very strong. Like they didn't play Oregon or Indiana or USC in the conference play. They beat Texas. They'll play Indiana now. But regardless of who you play, I feel like still giving up 7.3 points a game is impressive.
I
Like
think they're giving up 95 total points this season.
you're telling
96.
your offense, hey, y'all just gotta score a touchdown and kick a field goal and we'll win the game. But for me, what separates teams from others is obviously like line play always separates teams. But for me, one of the biggest things that separates elite teams from good teams is linebacker play, and they just might have the 2 best linebackers in football. Like, and so that defense their defense flies around. They're physical. They punch you in the mouth. They don't really let you breathe like at all. Like you don't get a chance to really breathe when you're playing that defense. Offensively, yeah, Sayan through the pick, but they're a physical offense. They've kind of gotten back to old school Ohio State, and where they're just going to pound the rock. They're just going to run the ball 40 times, and they're going to with 2 or 3 different running backs, and they're just going to control the clock. You make a mistake on offense, and they turn you over, they're going to score. They're going to capitalize. I think they do turn over Mendoza. I do. What Indiana does have going for them is it is in Indiana's backyard. It's in Indianapolis. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Ohio State wins by 14. I think Ohio State wins 31-17.
Not close. Oh, that's fair. I like it. Interesting. I like it. I honestly couldn't disagree with you completely, more on absolutely everything you said. But
That's fair.
I mean, nah, to the point. I do agree. Matt Patricia has a defense flying around. He's calling like it on NFL defense. They have the best linebacker duo. I think people are discrediting Indiana's defense and their linebacker trio and duo and their ability to get after the QB and their ability to fly around. I think people still see it as it's Indiana, they're ass, they're not good, they're Indiana, it's Indiana, it's Indiana, it's Indiana. Yeah, it's Indiana, but it's not the Indiana of 3 years ago or the entire history of college football up to 3 years ago. Like, it's a brand new Indiana. They're not scared of anybody.
Right.
That's fact.
They can play. They can play with anybody. I watched them walk in to Austin and beat Oregon. Like, that's not easy. They spread the ball around the field, but they can also run the ball down your throat. To me, it's going to be Matt Patricia versus Fernando Mendoza. When I watch Fernando Mendoza break down film and talk about plays and talk about defenses, he's probably the smartest QB since Andrew Luck. Like,
Urban Meyer was so impressed in that one clip.
He was.
They're on that same level. Like, I don't want to say, like, they're both incredibly smart.
Hey, he is from Cal. Cal's a
Yeah.
top-notch school. So,
And he's in their engineering program, engineering program. He's like a five GPA.
It's pretty
So
good.
it's just that having that ability helps you so much on the field. Like, he can break down coverages and defenses in the moment. So that's what's going to be exciting, just to see Matt Patricia scheming up defenses to stop Mendoza, and Mendoza scheming up his offense in the moment to outplay Patricia's defense. Um, I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I really do. I mean, both teams have crazy defenses,
They're the
and
top two scoring defenses in the country.
Yeah.
oh no,
7 points and 10 points.
and then we're third. Uh, I'm excited. I work till 6, and I honestly couldn't care less that I missed the other games. I really just want to watch this game. Um, I mean, to me, I think people are just sleeping on. I know Indiana's number 2 in the nation, but I think they're still getting doubted because, like I said, it's Indiana. Um, I've been on the hype train all year. Unfortunately, I had to keep rolling after they beat Oregon, but I think Indiana's going to prove that they arguably are the best team in the nation, and I think they'll win 27-20.
To your point about the running the ball, they average 246 passing yards a game, and they average 230 rush yards a game.
Yeah, I'll watch that happen against us, and we don't give up a lot of rush yards.
Yeah, they also haven't played
No.
anybody.
This game is going to be really fucking interesting. Just from the simple fact that both of these teams were good last year
Yeah,
when they matched up, but both of these teams are even better than last year. Last year's matchup, going back to think about it, I think it was 38-15 or something like that. That game broke open on special teams on 2 plays.
Yep.
So remember Indiana scored on the first drive of the game, walked them down, scored. We're like, oh shit, they're for real. Ohio State ends up coming back scoring. It's 7-7 for the longest time, and Indiana muffs the punt muffs the punt. The punter muffs the punt. Ohio State gets the ball inside the 10 right before half. Boom, they punch it in 14-7. Right out of half, Indiana has the ball 3-and-out. Punts to Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs takes that punt return to the house. It's 21-7, all the momentum into horseshoe, and the game was over. And they harassed Curtis Rourke. And I think Pat, you said Curtis Rourke played all last year, like on the torn ACL, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. He couldn't move. He
He
wasn't mobile.
he wasn't mobile, and Ohio State punished him for it. This year, Fernando Mendoza is better than what Curtis Rourke was last year. He's more dynamic with his feet. He's deceptively athletic, which we say that
Yeah,
a lot about a lot of guys, but it rings true for him. Indiana, I think, has more answers this year than they had last year. Last year, they're going to run the football, but then in the past game, it was kind of one dimensional. They were just going to throw these one-on-one fades on the outside of Omar Cooper and Elijah Surratt, which can work against inferior competition, but against the elite guys at Ohio State, the elite athletes at Ohio State, not going to work as well, right? And they couldn't find success with that against Ohio State. And I feel like they could have, because Igbinosun, he gets happy with his hands a lot and grabs, and he gets a lot of pass interferences. But I feel like if you can attack one piece of that great Ohio State defense, it is the secondary.
yeah.
And there's very few teams that have the guys to do it. I think Indiana does. So we're gonna see. I think Indiana's way more well balanced this year offensively. They can beat you in more ways. On the flip side, I think it's going to come down to Ohio State's run game. If they get it going with Bo Lamar Jackson and they start punishing you, because he's been more the bell cow recently.
Yeah,
If
over James Peoples.
Yeah, he over Peoples and Donaldson. Remember, he
Oh
was
yeah,
running
CJ.
back 3 to start.
Yeah,
He was running back 3 to start the season. So for him to work his way up and take over that spot, that role, it's gonna pay off big dividends for Ohio State. And I don't know if Indiana's gonna have enough to beat them in that aspect, man. I think it's going to be a closer game than we saw last year in the horseshoe, but I think Ohio State's just going to have too much. Give me Ohio State. Yeah, I think it's going to be close, but I think they're going to pull away. I think they're going to win 27-17, something like that.
So yeah, that's fair. I like it. So you'll
Yeah.
have Ohio
But
State.
one thing I really want, I really just want Indiana to play well more than anything. Like I'm a
Yeah.
fan of what I'm seeing for what I've seen from them over the past 2 years, but it still feels like you said, Pat, it still feels like the college football world just has this notion of like, okay, this is 3-9, like 3-9 Indiana, like we're used to seeing.
Which I
Like
totally
it's a way
understand.
different day. Yeah,
Yeah, because they have, I mean, now the second most. Before this coming into the year, they had the most losses in college football history. So everybody's just knowing them as being ass, bro. But I mean, it's different.
yeah.
It's
So
funny that
I'm just looking for a good one.
Jimmy. It's funny you talked about the Bo Jackson thing. How he became the bell cow. I'll keep it quick. They talked about it on the Michigan game. How Ryan Day changed his outlook after last year. How he now expects to play 16 games every season, which is valid. And they're talking about how week one against Texas, he didn't even play. Ryan Day knew at some point he would be the guy, but he wanted to ease him into the season because it's a long season for him.
Right.
So
That
I thought
makes
that was kind
sense.
of, I thought that was kind of interesting. So now, like at this point in the season, he's your lead back and he's fresher than everybody else.
Yeah. Real fast. Yeah, last year was 38-15. Indiana went up 7-0. Then Ohio State was up 31-7. And then Indiana scored 31-15. Then Ohio State scored 38-15.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, they scored 28 points, 14 in the second, 14 in the third. Indiana scored nothing.